Welcome to Soft Launch, motherfuckers, episode 3.
We did it. We're here. A couple technical difficulties, but you know.
It's not a soft launch.
Would it be a soft launch without it?
Unless Samantha blows a gasket because the recording is not fully happening. But
yes.
It's all right. We here.
We are here. I am Samantha, the co-host and producer of this.
Co-host, producer, owner.
And we are here joined by our little babish.
Yes. Oh, wonderful.
You can hear it.
This is the longest she's ever been on the pod.
Yeah, she will be leaving soon because she doesn't support this podcast. She actually hates it.
Yes.
She doesn't like to hear her parents talk about their sex life.
Yeah.
As most kids don't. But we are here. Welcome to Soft Launch, the podcast of two comedians turned lovers, and we're just talking shit.
Yep.
Just talking about whatever's going on in our lives.
Yep.
And we got a lot to talk about today, I feel like. So I feel like we should just dive in.
Jump right into it, man. Thank y'all for coming.
Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, also, yeah, shout out to our viewers. We've gained a couple of viewers over
23.
the last 23 from the last time. So we're happy about that. And it's a lot of people from On The Gate. So if you are coming here from On The Gate podcast, thank you so much. And if you didn't come from On The Gate, we appreciate you too.
Thank you too. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my dad, our most faithful listener.
Yes,
you know what
our
I'm saying?
MVP.
I will be dropping an emoji 45 minutes into this podcast. Dad, once you see it, feel free to text it to me. And everybody else, if you get to the emoji part of this podcast,
put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
And
Monroe's up out of here.
She fucking hates this podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys suck.
It's funny because when we pod, she leaves, but when we fuck, she will not get off the bed.
No, don't put some respect on my daughter's name.
What?
She's so good when we fuck.
Yeah.
She's the best. A lot of dogs are so annoying about that.
That's true.
And she is like, all right, guys, I'll be in my crate.
Yeah. She'll be in the crate, but she'll be watching, though. She'll be watching. I feel her eyes is like, yo, that's not how my mom likes it.
Well, Monroe's fucked before because when I got her, she had breasts.
That's right.
And she was, she's looking at me like, don't talk about my titties on this thing. She did have boobs and she was lactating. Yes. So I know she's had babies and that means that she's been
fucked.
Yeah.
Shout out to Monroe.
And when I got her, she also wasn't fixed.
Yes.
So she got her period, and then dogs are super horny on their period, almost same. And she was throwing her.
She's throwing it around town.
Throwing her pussy at all the male dogs, and it swells, so it's really gross.
Yeah.
And she would just like throw it away, and I'm like, look at her.
And you
like
were single too. I said you were single too. She's throwing it at dogs. You're like, oh my god, she's not usually like this, but I'm Samantha. What are you doing after this?
It's so true. No, I didn't do that. But that is a fun thing. When I had Duke, my other dog, like I would walk around and people like guys with other dogs are like, oh, you walk this way normally? It's like a pickup thing.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
Single guys with dogs, they're doing good things because the dogs need parents.
Yeah, but
but they're scumbags. Every single
God,
one of them. I don't know a single dude with a dog who's not trying to fuck everybody at the dog park.
It's so true. And I remember when I first got Duke, he was so cute as a puppy, and like I lived at home with my parents, and my brother was there, and I think he was like just starting to get back with me, or maybe he hadn't yet. And I remember being like, Mike, you gotta walk this dog because it is like the women are just
puss magnet.
It's crazy the amount of attention that's from girls because we love a dog.
Code, you know what I'm saying?
We love a dog.
Did you ever hook up with a dog?
No.
Like no.
I actually, because Monroe can be a little picky with other dogs, and I'd be like on dating apps, if someone had a picture of a dog, it was an automatic swipe to the left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's only one baby here.
That's true. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking long term.
Yeah, smart, very smart.
But all right, so we're gonna hop into these segments. So our first segment, as you know, is one thing about we. So it's just one thing about us and one thing about me.
Yes.
Is I have a lot of things to talk about. So it's not gonna be one thing. It's gonna be a couple things about.
It's all
me.
about you, baby.
Yeah, and you too. So one thing about me, I was featured on the Today Show.
That's right. NBC's finest motherfucker.
That's right,
recognized.
Bitch, I'm worldwide.
Yes.
Or nationwide is on your side.
Or tri-state area at the very least.
It's definitely worldwide. I mean, it's not worldwide. It's definitely national. People come here for the Today Show.
That's what's up.
Big deal. That was super cool. They didn't let me know, so it was like a total surprise for me. My friend's sister watched it and was like, is this fucking Sam on the Today Show? So I had to go looking for it, and I found it, and it's super cool. My mom has sent it to everybody. I am definitely the coolest person in my family at this point.
I'm hyped. I was hyped because I didn't even know how big a deal the Today Show was. So he was like, yo, Sam was on the Today Show. I'm like, all right.
And they said my name.
I know, Samantha.
They're like, that is Samantha. Shout out to Samantha. You go, girl. That's what Hoda told me.
That's love, man. I like that because, you know what I'm saying, you're the face of pollen. You the face of allergies in New York City.
Yeah, I'm an allergy ass having bitch.
That's what I'm saying. So the future is female, but these allergies is sexy now. I like that. All right, so if it looks like we're slightly in a different position than we were a couple seconds ago, it's because we're having issues with our recording process.
Yes, and it's fine. We're going to be fine. It's fine. I'm not even stressed about it.
Yeah, we're going to be fine.
But anyway, we're talking about pollen, and I was going to say that because my video is doing
numbers,
no big deal. I learned that pollen is tree cum. Tree cum, and my nose is not into it, not at all. It's like, I'm not a porn star. Do not come on my face.
You're just sucking no dick for the trees and for the me's.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
You were a little congested.
A little bit, but I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I take nut to the face all day, a day. You know what I'm saying? Trees is my...
What's a little tree nut?
Yeah. Everybody been saying, yo, it's the bee's knees. I'll be like, yo, it's the tree's knees. It's the tree's D's. These nuts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel pollen... If pollen is tree nut, pollen is trees coming in your face, then I think that like the little droplets, you know the droplets that fall off the AC, the ACs in New York City when you're walking through the street? That's worst. New York City nutting in your face. Is those little random moistures that you feel.
In the summer, honestly though, in the summer when it's warm and you get a little cool AC drip, it's not the worst thing.
It's like, nice. Oh my God, I'm kind of a slut, I guess. It is. I don't mind the AC drip.
I've never done this before.
I don't mind the AC drip, but I do mind the drip off like the elevated subway.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is nasty business.
That is really nasty business. Also, why does it drip when you're underground too? There's just water coming from weird spaces.
I shouldn't be getting wet in the tunnels.
Oh my God, the worst. Oh my God, do you know, off topic, but gross as well. One time I was walking into a train trying to change, like getting... So that on the next stop I can go to the next car because I don't go in between cars. I'm not insane. And I was walking and the train did a quick stop and my mouth hit the bar. Yeah. Yeah.
Like open mouth?
No, I don't walk around like that. But like my lips hit the bar and I was like, because I'm an average height. Yeah. So that's like a place where most people are putting hands.
Nah, if that happened to me, I'd be like, oh, I have gonorrhea now. I
could not. I thought about nothing else the whole day. Yeah, I was really gross. Another time I had
keep going.
A homeless person asked me for money and I was leaning against the wall. I was like, no, I don't have anything. He's like, all right, well, you're beautiful anyway. And he went in and he kissed me on the cheek.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wet-lipped.
A homeless person?
Homeless person that was asking me for money. He kissed me wet-lipped on the cheek. And I was like, what? And I was in a really bad space because it was like a couple days after Michael Jackson died and I was just, mourning. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And then he just looked at me like I was crazy for reacting that way. And I had like a wet cheek.
Yo!
It was really disgusting.
Yeah, you're in a really bad place. Like, fuck, man. Michael Jackson died. I have a wet cheek. My pussy's wet now. It's a lot of emotion.
Well, if Michael Jackson wanted it that way. Yeah. He wanted people to.
He wanted the
Monroe, you trying to join us again? You come up.
Come on, Mama.
Okay or not. But anyway, so that was one thing about me. That was one thing.
Yes.
But I have another thing. It was just a thought I had the other day because I was on a podcast and we were talking about comics being narcissists, which I don't think is true. But then we were talking about, you can't be because narcissists do not have empathy, right?
True.
And I was like, no, I have so much empathy.
Wild empathy.
I'm empathetic almost to a fault, right? Yeah. So I started thinking about me being empathetic and I'm like, yeah, I'm empathetic to like things that are not even alive.
Yeah.
Right? So like I could be eating and if it's like I left a piece of shrimp behind, I'm like, oh.
That shrimp died for nothing?
Yeah. And I'll even do it for like rice that was not even alive,
Rice?
Like anything. Like if I've not used it and then I was like, oh my God. And then I realized like if I'm throwing away something in the house, I'm like, oh, I feel sad for it. And then I was like, oh my God. That's what a hoarder feels like.
That's
how like a hoarder. That's how it gets. I'm like, I'm not empathetic. I have a mental health issue.
Yeah, dog. You shouldn't be feeling bad for rice.
I feel bad for everything. Like if I'm throwing away a shirt that I've had for a long time, I'm like, oh.
That must make doing everything difficult.
Yeah, it makes me a hoarder.
It makes me happy because I know no matter what happens with us, you're gonna have a lot of trouble leaving me.
Well, we know that's already a thing.
You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Nice long leash for the sizzler over here. That's good for me. But it's okay to have connection to things.
I mean,
do you feel like debilitated when you try to throw some shit
No,
out?
but I do. I do feel sad. I have to consciously try to think of something else.
Yeah.
To not feel sad, but it's like I will if I went to Trader Joe's and I bought some food and I didn't eat it, and I'm like, oh, sad.
Yeah.
Sad for the life of that food. And you know what movie did not help is the movie that the Sausage Party.
Oh, I never saw it, but I heard it's funny.
Hysterical, but it's like everything in the grocery store has feelings.
Life, yeah.
I watched it, I was like, that's how I feel.
Are they hyped to get eaten?
Yeah. Well,
they're
yeah. They're hyped to get bought because they think it's like they've made it, and then they find out what people do to the food, and it's very funny. Yeah. And they're like, no, it's just very. So you have to watch that movie.
So in that way, you're kind of saving lives if you think.
Well, I don't eat meat, so that's this crazy thing is that I feel that way about things that are not alive, so like bread. Paper,
all of these things that come from plants, feeling bad for them, just for them to fucking come in your face and make it hard for you to breathe properly.
Full circle, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, yeah, we fuck with this bitch. Let's stay on her face.
So yeah, so I realized that I see my therapist once a month, and I probably got to go back to weekly because I'm like, I think I have a problem. I think I have potential to be a hoarder.
Yeah.
So something I just learned about myself. So that's one thing about me is that I'm not well.
You are well. Hoard me. Keep hoarding. I like it. It's good. It's good for me.
Yes.
That's good.
How about you?
I would say my big one thing about me for this week is, you know what, man? And I'm sure it's gonna make people uncomfortable, and it's not an amazing thing to say, but it is true. We had some phenomenal sex yesterday. It was so good. It was so good. Even for us, by our standards, that was so good.
Hoping that wasn't gonna be.
I know. I didn't.
Your sisters watch this.
I know, and it's like I hope that they're making love with their partners the same way. It's a beautiful thing.
It
was very passionate. Dad is. I hope he's making love the same way. I hope everybody is.
Not making love.
I wish we did. We made love, and it was really beautiful. It was respectful and nasty.
I could not.
But
we
sensual.
were also supposed to. The one thing about JC is he will do anything to not record this podcast. We were supposed to record. He's like, you know what? I'm feeling lazy. Let's just chill.
Just chill.
Which I knew. And then next thing I knew, he was chilling naked. And I was like, okay, I know what's about to happen.
Just chill, man.
Yo, I feel like we never chill.
Yeah, come over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Take your titties out.
Nah, that's how it was. And it started right here where we're sitting.
Oh, my God.
And then we moved around a little bit.
Thank God your mom has made a conscious decision to not watch this.
But I really, I think our parents, we're in our 30s, you know what I'm saying?
My parents do not watch this because one thing about me, I could be 80 and I don't want my parents to know I ever have sex.
One thing about me, I would love to walk right up to your father.
No. I urge you to and see what happens.
Big Frank, be like, respectfully, you have a wonderful daughter. She's bountiful, full of life and love, and I'm lucky to spend time with her and in her. And I'm happy.
And that
to be
pussy tight as a motherfucker.
Bruh, Frank, I don't know what position y'all conceived her in, but we be in missionary.
We could talk about that. I feel like
missionary get a bad rap, man.
Yeah, people be like, it's boring. That shit is cute.
Shit is mad cute, bro. We be face to face. Lovely. It's mad lovely. I'd be like, yo, I'd be like, hold me. Yo, hold me. I love to be held. You know what I'm saying? And missionary, you just face it. It's mad romantic. You know what I'm saying? It's love. It's not good for when we film it.
Because we're just filming. We're not.
But it is lovely. I think it's underrated.
That was an early on thing.
Yeah, a little bit. We've gotten away from it.
We got some vids.
You can always go back. Always go back. If you catch us at Coney Island on the Wonder Wheel, mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
That's not real. It's fun.
That's how. So JC was when we were dating. He didn't realize that he was in love with me.
Facts.
And I was like, this motherfucker's so stupid. He has no idea what's sitting right in front of him. He's so dumb.
Wasted mad time.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. I'm amazing.
No, you are.
And so I would try to make him do things, and he'd be like, I don't like to do things.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'd be like, we're gonna go to Coney Island. He was like, oh God.
Yeah.
And you didn't realize you were with a fun ass bitch.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, JC thought he was gonna be with like
I thought I was with
a supporting actress
bro,
type of bitch.
I thought I was with a bitch that was like other bitches. Like, yo, oh no, I gotta go. We gotta go do this. You want to go hiking? Why do you want to do that?
Yeah, and he's like, we're gonna go. I'm gonna take mad pictures of you, and it's like, no, that's not the deal. You can take videos of me sucking your dick.
Yes, dude, and it was great, and it was beautiful, and it's
but beyond that, we had a great time. So you had never been to Coney Island?
Yeah, we had mad fun.
So I was like, really I love Coney Island because I one thing about me is I am a dirty trash New Yorker, and I absolutely love Coney Island. It's like a vacation for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's real nice.
It's super nice. I mean, outside of gunshots and stuff, it's beautiful.
Right.
So I made him go. We went like during the day. It was a gorgeous day. There was no lines. We rode all the rides.
No kids. It was cool.
Obviously, first thing we rode was the cyclone, and he thought it was gonna be a whack ass ride.
I did, because
it was not scary.
Yo, the cyclone,
you could die.
Yeah, but it's not scary because it's so fast and you go so high. It's like, no, this shit is rickety. This shit is not up to code. You know what I'm saying? This shit is giving you spasms in your neck, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, my favorite pair of earrings on. They got at the Beauty Supply store because again, I'm a trash ass New York bitch, and my fucking huge ass hoop flew off. So I hope everybody's okay because that hoop that was going like 40 miles per hour.
That shit could cause some concussions on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we rode the cyclone twice and we rode mad rides, and I was like, let's get on the Wonder Wheel.
Yeah,
and we did.
And I was like, no, my God, there's people, and she was like, dick. That dick. No, it was.
And we rode it twice. Shout out to Dino.
Yo,
Dino's Wonder Wheel.
Dino's Wonder Wheel. Shout out to Dino. He will be the best man at our wedding, 100%. No, but it's facts, yo. I really was like mad scared to do like mad romantic activities with you. I'm like, yo, I don't want her to get the wrong idea.
So dumb.
Mad dumb. And now I'm over here looking up botanical gardens when you're not looking because I just want to do fun stuff.
It's so true. It's so ridiculous.
It's so the shift is real, man. Fellas, embrace your blessings, man. Stop playing with these. Not stop playing with these women, but realize that when you're playing with women's time, you're also playing yourself. You're not allowing yourself to receive the greatness.
Speak
you know
on
what I'm saying? It's facts. It's facts. I that is always my biggest regret is how much time I wasted not just accepting how much fun I had and how much I loved you.
Yeah, you didn't know it. You didn't.
And then look at us now, months, years later.
You know what I think my favorite thing is? One thing about us is we had like, we have a talk. You have to have like the talk to be like, what the fuck are we doing? You're wasting my time. Yeah. So he had slept over. It was in the morning. I brought up the wedding that we just went to in Tulum. I was like, oh, my friend's getting married, and like, I'm invited and I have to RSVP. It was a destination wedding, so we had to RSVP super early. Yeah. So I had to RSVP, and I was like, hey, listen, like, do you want to come with me? It's in April. It was fucking August.
I know.
And he was like, first you said yes, and then he got mad quiet.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the problem? And then he was like, I don't know.
Nah, for me, it was like, because I don't know. I knew what it was, and I got nervous because I'm like, oh, this is, like, this could be it. I had that moment for the first. I was like, yo, this could be it. Like, like, this is a big deal. This is a commitment. Yeah. And which is fine. But I was nervous. I'm like, oh, this is like the whole thing. And it's not that I was scared to be with you, but I was scared. I'm like, oh shit, I hadn't had this reckoning with myself yet. I'm going to be with this person. Men are so dumb. Yeah, I feel really, I don't love the way that I handled it.
No, I just mean like, it's women, we're always thinking like,
you guys are smart.
This could be something and whatever. And you were just like, la la la, just spending every day with her.
La la la. The Knicks might get Jalen Brunson. That's a huge deal for me. That's like the biggest thing in my life right now.
But wait, my favorite thing about the day, so then it was like a long, long day of just like emotional
big
stuff.
Talks. This is deep. This is a lot for the pod.
No. I'm not going to get super deep into it. But my favorite thing is that we were talking about it like all day. And then at one point we're just sitting on the couch. You were sitting here, I was sitting here. And then it was like we were talking all day. It was like an all day thing. At this point, it's like 6 p.m. We hadn't eaten all day. Bad. And then we're in the middle of a thing. We got quiet. And JC's like, you want to eat? And I was like, he's like, you want Thai food? I'm like, yeah, so we ordered Thai food.
Watch Sister Act 2.
Then the Thai food comes. He's like, should we watch something? Mind you, I've been crying all day. It was like a whole emotional day. Much. I was like, all right. So we put on Sister Act 2, my favorite movie. We watch it. It was the first time watching. We're having a great time. We're laughing, having a good time. We finished the food. And then I was like, then you're like smiling, like almost forgot that it was like a bad day. And then he's like, that was fun. I'm like, yeah. So... We like the whole time the movie's not like an hour and a half movie. We were like making jokes, talking in like our stupid accent, all this stuff as though the whole day didn't happen. That was my favorite thing. Then we went right back to the conversation.
Yeah, it was nasty business.
It was nasty business.
There's something wrong with everybody, and my affliction is that I'm a man.
I just watching Sister Act in the middle of us having a very emotional. No, it wasn't a fight at all.
Huge conversation that pretty much kind of laid the foundation for our entire relationship and what we will look back on. Our family, was built on Sister Act 2.
We're gonna make our kids watch Sister Act 2.
Sister Act 2 and fucking what? Pad CU.
Pad CU, and Thai iced teas,
bro.
Which I had put him on as well.
Changed my life, girl.
I did, yeah. That was really funny, but that was fun. And then anyway, it ended up being a good thing.
Thank God. Shout out to Katrina and Emmy, that wedding.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Doing what I had to do, and I do not regret. I don't regret growing. I just regret how long it took me to realize that this is where I wanted to be.
It's all water under the bridge now, baby.
Yes.
And then after that conversation, then JC never went home.
Yeah, no, I've been here ever since. One thing
about you, before that conversation, he had never went home.
You know what I'm saying? You can't appreciate what you have unless you take it for granted a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little smidge. But now we're here, and now we're doing this pod.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing about weed. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good little big story for y'all. Wasn't expecting to talk about that on the pod.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, we're here. Yeah, it's a fun story and whatever. Everybody's got a pass.
All right,
and I also urge women, because sometimes, if you aren't going to therapy and you're just on like Twitter therapy or Instagram therapy, fuck those bitches that have the time to be tweeting about things that you need. Like, if it feels like a gut feeling, it's not. Sometimes I think that the person you're with doesn't always present themselves as the things that you think you're going to want. So like, I feel like, I felt a connection to you, and I felt like when we were together, it was wonderful and it was worth doing it. And you weren't where I needed you to be. And I took a chance on you. And I was like, obviously we would have had that conversation and he would have been like, nah, it would have been no rap because I know my worth. 100%. But sometimes it doesn't present to you. So sometimes that whole, like, if he wanted to, he would. And like, I need a man that, whatever. It's like, girl, if these people have the time to be fucking tweeting these things because they're lonely bitches, because nothing is perfect, nobody is perfect. And you have to, I actually just like to tweet the other day. I was like, you have to teach somebody to love you the way that you want to be loved. And it's so true, because some people are like, nah, he should just know. And it's like, bitch, that's why you're single. Get the fuck out of here. That's why you've not had a healthy relationship or anything, because it's like, I'm also not a mind reader. I had to learn the way that you like stuff, and I have to say, probably a more sensitive than a person that I've been with, so I know like I can't joke on you the same way that I've joked on other people. And no, but I had to learn that, and that's also not, I had to, because it's the way I used to show my love was just flame the shit out of somebody, and that's not really your thing. Yeah, I don't love it. I mean, I could take it. You could take it sometimes,
but like we was in Mexico and I was mad sunburned, like painfully sunburned, and she was just like,
yo, it was so funny because it just was,
you look like a tomato. I'm like, all right,
no, that's not what it was, because it wasn't that he was just red all over. He was red here. It was just blotchy, and it just looked so funny. And then like I don't remember what kind of joke I made, and then you're like,
you look like a pepperoni pizza or something.
And he's like, I don't think it's funny. Cool, I'm not really
funny no more. It hurts. I'm in pain.
So then I had to learn that. But you have to learn your person. And not all, I've been in different relationships and nobody has been even close to the same. I love your hair right now. You like Snooki. She got the poof. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, I would say urge men or women, if you're in a relationship and you're like, damn, I really enjoy this person, but there's some things that work on them. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to them. Let them know what you want. So don't get caught up in that Instagram meme therapy, because that shit is absolute trash. Yeah, don't block your fucking blessings, man. Yeah. Don't block it. But now we usually do so boom segment, but this time we're doing confessions with comedians. Confessions with comics. So we got mostly questions. We didn't get any we did. We got some confessions. Right, we didn't get any questions. We got confessions. And questions, really. So we're going to start with the first one, which was somebody who said, how do you manage your relationship and comedy? I have been married for 9 years to a teacher, and she is getting sick of me doing comedy all the time. Damn. Did you see who wrote this? No, it's anonymous. Damn. So I would say, before we start, I hate giving advice because it's like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So I don't know if... they've been together 9 years. Been together for 9 years. She's a teacher. He's a comedian. And I will say... Tough. As someone who does comedy, I cannot imagine being with like a regular person, because it is a really hard thing, especially in this stage of comedy, because you're getting things, but they're not, like we're past at clubs and things like that, but it's not like, a frugal. We don't have a lot. Yeah. You don't have a lot to show for it. Yeah. You don't make money. It's very much like, you're doing things that are only a big deal to you. So, yeah, or if you're in comedy, it's a huge deal. But it's like, so I think for us it works because it's like, if I get something, like being on the Today Show is great, but I didn't get paid for that shit. No, you know exactly. What I mean? They didn't even fucking tell me. Even if it's something like, yo, I got a guest spot at the Pair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. Yeah. For us in our position sometimes. Yeah, like, it's super cool. We can be excited for each other, but if you're telling that to a civilian, like, you got a guest spot at a bar. Yeah. And it's like, did you get paid for that? No, it was a guest spot. You were there for 4 hours and you did 5 minutes. How is that? Like, yeah. And I know you haven't like dated somebody else like in your comedy journey, but like, no, like not an official. Yeah. As somebody who has, like, as somebody who has dated somebody outside of comedy while I was doing it, it is not ideal. It's super, I can imagine. It is very, even for
like this, like me, the relationship that I was in, we had our own issues. For this person and his like wife to have a problem, like, yo, it is hard to start comedy.
Yeah.
And have somebody be like hype for you all the time.
All the time. 9 years into, and it's also like, if you have nothing like tangible to show in 9 years.
Yeah, you should. I don't know.
Stink.
Yeah,
no,
I don't know. You know what? This is a comedy podcast. 9 years and you got nothing to show for
just
it.
Just the thing for me,
bruv, man.
No, I don't know who you are, and I don't want to.
But also, ask your teacher wife. Be like, yo, what the fuck have you done in these 9 years? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing that's so great? You still in the same ass middle school?
Yeah, talk about a teacher. I mean, it's gonna give you making a lot of money.
You're not bringing in bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a beggar.
I do also feel like, and I don't know your wife or who you are, but I also feel like because when you're in like show business, it's people treat it. It was like a hard thing for me to even tell people that I want to do because people treat it like a hobby or oh, that's fun to do on the side. Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's. What is, like you were saying something like that, like, oh, if you're in school to get your master's and I supported you through that, you can't support me through comedy. It's still something you want to do. And, you know, getting your master's, and this is no shame, my mom was a teacher and I think teachers are amazing, but they're not getting paid that much. So it's like, listen, if I'm supporting you through getting in debt.
Man, I am a teacher. Shade to teachers. No. They're doing an important job, but we forget because
you're going in mega debt to get paid 50 grand.
It is so, it's so structured to rise through a job in a comedy. It's like, yo, I have this degree, I get paid this much money. If I go back and get my master's, I get more money, I get a better job. It's very linear. You can see the progress that you make. Comedy is not like
not
that
at all.
Or if there are things, they're way more like metaphorical, like the big steps, the big things that change. So people who have worked jobs for a long time, even if it's something like teaching where your job is to inspire this type of creativity in children, you forget because you need money and time from your partner that this person is also trying to cultivate that within themselves. Yeah. And they forget because they think life is only one way, and it's not, especially when you do comedy. And I will give a tip to this person. I'm sure you and your wife have a great relationship, but you cannot, in comedy, you cannot afford anybody around you that does not 100% believe in you.
Support you.
Comedy's hard enough.
It's so difficult. Like having a bad show and then coming home to your partner and then being like, you were out all day, and it's like, come on, man.
Bruh. Or even worse than that, having a fucking heater. Beating the show the fuck
killing
up.
It. And
coming home to somebody who's in an attitude for something that has nothing, not with an attitude, but like it has an attitude with you. Yeah. Because you're so hype about it. That shit kills.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like, bro, this is the only reason why I'm doing this is for this high feeling. For you to take it away, it's debilitating.
Yeah, I can imagine. And then it's also like, in general, most people that are doing comedy or doing like the arts, we're sensitive ass people. Bruh. And it's like, you know, I'm on a high and now I have to come home to somebody who's not as happy for me. It doesn't feel good. Because even if you were whatever, if you were a teacher and you had, you know, something happened for you big in school, I'm gonna hype you up. And but I do feel like people look at, like, if you're in the arts as, you know, it's not as big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Look at it as bullshit until you're somebody.
Exactly.
And that's always how it is. That's always how it's going to be. So my recommendation for this person would be make sure you have a talk with your wife, obviously, because this is a huge deal if this is what you want to do. But for you, what you have to do, since the hard part about comedy and dating somebody who's out of it is your work time happens on her free time. So you have to find time. Yeah. She's working her ass off 5 days a week with fucking nightmare kids. To have you... As soon as she comes home, you're there for maybe an hour before you go back out and do your sponsor shit. So you have to find the time on Sunday and Saturday to really make it about her.
Giving brunch. Going out for brunch. You're doing a bunch of things with her.
You have to be aggressively intentional with your time. And you ask us how we manage it. That's the biggest thing for us. We're lucky that we get to spend so much time together doing comedy, but that still doesn't always fulfill the type of quality time we need.
Exactly. That's why we're going to
Claw Daddy's today. Yes. We have a nice little Claw Daddy date. Last week or the week before that, we went to
Governor's Island.
We had a date. Like, you have to find dates and you have to be intentional with that
about
time.
them. Super important.
You'll be tired, and there's days where I just want to be like, yo, let's just stay in. I don't want to do shit, but you can't only do that.
Yeah, you can't only do that. But I do think like time at home is cool. Like sometimes we'll play like a board game, or like we have like this little question like couples game and things like that. Just make your intentional, you know, when you're home with your lady, with that time. Make her feel special, and that it's not only about your comedy thing.
And you have to switch who the main character is. You have to alternate, because there's going to be times where you're going to have a big show and you need her there to support you, or you need her to fucking big you up for it. And then there's going to be times where she's in the fucking trenches. It's finals week. She just got done and she needs to be the main character. What does she need?
That's true.
It's not always going to be you have to drop a spot or a show to do it, but if it comes to that, it can't be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like you have to be willing to be flexible. And that's something that we push and pull with.
Yeah.
Because I get my head down and I'm like, yo, I have to do this. And she's like, yo, man, we have to not.
Yeah.
For a day.
We need a day off.
You know what I'm saying? Even just taking a vacation to Mexico, I was like, fuck, I'm going to miss the scene. And then it was the best.
Yeah, it was so good to take that time off.
Yeah. And you have to make sure that you're getting the respect and the love that you need, but you have to be you got to show her how you need it.
Yeah.
By giving it to her. So remember, you're not the only main character. And also, teacher, get off your fucking high horse. Okay, our job is important, but it's not that important. I do both, so I speak to both of you guys. The society can do without the both of y'all. To be real, all right. So both of y'all humble yourselves.
Teachers are great. All right, we got another confession. So it says, was dating a girl for a year, but we weren't official. That's your first mistake. But I assumed we were exclusive.
Assumed.
Shawty ended up giving me chlamydia because she was dating other guys secretly and lied about it. I really like her, but I don't know if I should keep dating her. Just want to hear your guys' opinion. All right, so here's the thing. You were dating a girl for a year and you didn't make it exclusive and you just assumed that was your first mistake.
They didn't have a conversation?
It's giving that they didn't. He assumed you were dating for a year. Bro, of course she was fucking other men. Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm not going to wait around for a year and assume that we're exclusive. Yeah. Motherfucker, make me exclusive. I'm not gonna just assume that. If we don't have that conversation, I'm gonna keep my options open.
Chlamydia. Well, I'm gonna be real, bro. Marry this girl.
JC loves somebody with chlamydia,
bro. As a man,
that's what.
As a person, a human,
he thinks my red flag is that I haven't had chlamydia.
I know. It's like, bitch, what have you not been doing? You ain't been having no fun, bitch. Nowhere.
He's like, you been fucking these guys with a condom? What a nerd ass bitch.
Oh damn! I knew I was with the fucking anxious bitch. I didn't know I was with a loser, dude. Get the fuck out! You're not fucking raw ever, dude. You never being reckless ever. Nah. But for you as a dude, if y'all didn't have the exclusive conversation, that's a guy thing where our egos are like, oh, she doesn't need it from nowhere else. You should, if you're going to assume anything, you need to assume that she has 10 other dudes that she's talking to if you're not making her your girl. And not only she should be. She should be. She has to have her options open. And for you to get chlamydia, it's like you have to respect her at that point. Because if it's not going to be you, like, fuck it. Why am I being faithful to somebody who's not, giving me...
I will say her mistake was like, bitch, you can't be fucking people raw.
You shouldn't be. You can be. It is dangerous.
No, that's really gross.
It is.
You really gotta, especially as a woman, it's worse. Like I read a whole thing about how it's so much easier for women to catch STDs. Yeah. Like we gotta be real careful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like do your thing, bitch. Go out here. This man did not make you exclusive. Do your thing, but. Yeah. Protect yourself.
You got to have some couth in the game where it's like, all right, this is my raw dude. I fuck him raw, but everybody else gets condoms.
But also if you haven't had that conversation with him, like you don't know if he's fucking anybody else too. Right. So it's like,
And he's wondering, what did he ask? He asked if he should keep talking to her.
He says he really likes her. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think if she'll have you at this point, because I would be more worried about the dude that gave her the chlamydia.
He doesn't know if he should keep dating her.
Because he definitely gets bitches, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. So you need to be worried about him. His shit is probably huge.
I wouldn't talk. If I were you, it's a no for me. But I also feel like being a woman in that situation, like, it's kind of different for me because it's like usually a woman's more like open to having that conversation if we're going to be exclusive, and it's giving like you didn't want to have that conversation with her. So she had to do what she had to do, and you got chlamydia, and that's your punishment.
Nah, facts. If this is the girl that you want to be with, and you see any type of potential, this doesn't matter. I'm gonna be real.
I think if you really like her, then that was
because this is on you. It's on you.
I think just have a fucking conversation with her. Be
if
like,
she gives it to you again, it's a little bit on you. Now, fool me once.
Now she's a hoe.
Fool me one time, shame on.
Now she's a dirty bitch.
Shame on me. Fool me, can't get fooled again.
Oh my God, I do have a gross question.
Go for it.
For you.
Go for it.
So you've had chlamydia.
I've clammed it.
You've clammed it up. So do you know who the girl was that gave you chlamydia?
100%.
Did you go down on her?
When? Probably.
Oh, that's so
didn't taste different from my knowledge. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect. Nobody walking this earth. This God's earth is.
Oh, I was gonna sing Jay-Z.
That's what I was trying to do.
Perfect. Nobody walking this earth's surfaces. My girlfriend work with the kid.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? Have I gone down on a clammy clam? Probably. Oof. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Oof. Shout out to Lawrence from Insecure, really normalizing chlamydia. Sometimes it happens, and it's important to understand.
No problem. It's also you get cured.
It's also light work. Out of commission for like 5 days. Take a shot. You good.
Is that what it is? You get a shot?
Yeah, you get a shot or you get a pill. I think I got a pill. He was like, yo, don't fuck for like 5 days. I was like, oh, I was going to do that anyway. I don't know how much pussy you think. I know this chlamydia is honestly, it's an outlier. I haven't fucked enough to get it. I just happen to have it. It's a badge of honor now. Chlamydia is like fucking grown up mono. Remember when people was getting mono back in the day?
Never had that either.
I never had that either. And I missed it, because that's how motherfuckers was making out. And I was like, damn, the whole school got mono, man. I've just been getting so many bitches lately. But no, have you even gotten mono? Nah.
I've been using mouth condom. That's why I didn't get it.
I was wearing a mouthpiece when I did it, son. I was like a football player. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe you went down on a chlamydia ass.
I don't like how you're making it. You're making it seem like, oh, you have chlamydia, let me eat it. That's what you're making it seem like.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I don't even know what the symptoms are of chlamydia.
I don't know. It didn't feel great all the time. But I'm a guy, so I'm thinking, oh, this is just how my penis is now. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I'm trying to be open and honest about this dialogue so that anybody listening, it's okay to have gotten chlamydia.
No, it's totally fine to have an STD because it's chlamydia too.
She's like, it's totally fine to have an STD, and it's totally fine to judge other people for doing it. Just like I'm doing
it's totally fine for you. Couldn't be me because I'm a safe ass bitch and I'm clean. But it's so funny too. Like I have, I'm insane. So like anytime I've ever gone to the gynecologist, like even if I was in a committed relationship for a long time, anytime they'd be like, do you want to have an STD test? I'm like, of course.
Absolutely.
I'm like this as I'm waiting for the results. Not nervous. But yeah, I think, whatever. If you like her, this is your way of having that conversation. Like, hey.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to have
I know you've been out here getting dick down.
Hey, you wanna go to the clinic together? And then maybe...
yeah, you're getting dicked down by a pussy, pussy.
Yeah,
isn't it like pus?
I don't think so. It's not. You can't look at a chlamydia vagina.
I don't know,
because if you could, I don't think anybody would have sex with it. But it's like
that's true.
I had no idea that she had chlamydia. Otherwise, I probably would have put a condom on, or I wouldn't have had sex with her. Or I definitely wouldn't have eaten her out. But it happens, man. I say have a talk with this girl. If you really like her, I don't think you should hold this against her. Okay, because shoe could have easily been on the other foot. It's like totally. A really thing. It's a thing that could have happened if you guys aren't using protection and shit. It just happens. Don't judge her. She's actually. I think you should wife her up and she'll respect you way more for it because it's like, oh, I can really. It's a ride or die for real.
Yeah. I also think it's pretty cool because men are usually like, ugh.
I know.
And that's also how men ain't shit because they're like, you fucked with the dude, you're dirty. It's like, oh, you guys stink. But it's like,
this was your idea to not be exclusive.
That's true.
I'm just doing it better than you are.
Yeah, wow, she really was out. Good for her.
Well, it's easier for women to get sex than men.
But it's usually girls are more quick to be like committed to somebody who isn't committing to them. So shout out to her for being a woman of 2023.
And you have a chance. This is a queen. Wife her up. Wife up this chlamydia bandit. Get the shot together and then fucking go be great and start a podcast and talk about it, man.
I really want to know how that conversation went though when she was like, hey,
yeah,
what y'all doing?
For her, I mean, if she was the one, if she owned it too, she was like, hey, I gave you chlamydia. That's a real one because it is very easy to be like, where the fuck did you get it?
Yeah, but if he wasn't fucking anybody, then she would just be an idiot because he would know that it came from her. Like, you got to be honest in those situations.
Nah, bro, you have to be because guys won't be. Like when it happened to me, I knew right away that it was me. I knew right away who I got it from, and I was like, yo, my fucking bad.
Oh, that's right, because you got it from somebody else and you gave it to someone else.
And the girl found out and she told me. And I was
dogging.
Like, my fucking, that's on me. My bad.
Was it a weird conversation?
She was very mature about it, to be fair to her. And I was very apologetic. I didn't even try to, because like, it's like an instinct to be like, all right, well, who was you fucking? I was like, no, that was me. I'm sorry. And she, it was emotional, but I was like, I'm sorry. That was disrespectful on my part. And I will
She
not
cried?
do that again. She cried. She felt bad. I felt bad. Didn't feel good, but she was a champ about it.
Did you guys have relations after?
Yes.
Okay, so she was fine with it.
She was sweet. Yeah, she was nice. I felt bad, but after it petered out, but it is what it is.
Does your family know you had chlamydia?
They do now. Yo, Dad, if you're watching this, man, go into your phone and drop a pumpkin. drop a pumpkin emoji because it's scary hours with chlamydia, and you know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. So fellas out here, our watchers, drop that pumpkin in the comments. Shit is scary in the streets, but sometimes we gotta grind like that to shine like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. So anyway, wife that girl up. She's a keeper.
She's a queen.
So those were our confessions.
That was it?
We had two.
What was the first one? Oh, the comedy one and then the chlamydia one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wonderful. That was fun.
Wonderful.
That was great, man. Shit, what else we got?
I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about
40 minutes. Yeah, about 40 minutes. Let's just jump into this Bravo cap.
Yeah.
We'll jump into the Bravo cap. It's going to be a little longer than usual because shit in the Bravo streets is crazy right now. Also, before we get into this,
plugs.
we're going to do our plugs because a lot of people that watch this pod,
drop off.
They drop off at this point, which I understand, but I always will have this announcement to say, fellas and ladies alike, if you don't watch Bravo, watch it. So I highly recommend it. Months ago, I was just like you. This shit is lit. The stories is crazy.
It's wild.
The bitches is fire.
Yeah,
There's a lot of pretty women on there.
A lot of pretty women.
There's dudes that you know from sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch. You connect a lot of dots, and if you're a single dude, it's a great conversation starter.
Yeah, you would kill it. You would kill it on an app.
I use these references on stage when it's women heavy crowds, and it goes well. Like it just makes you a more well-rounded person, and you can enjoy this podcast with us.
You could enjoy it, yeah. And if you've watched like Hannah Berner's videos, you saw JC was absolutely the only person that knew who Tom Sandoval was. And you know, if he was single, you'd be getting a lot of bitches.
A lot of white bitches in espresso martinis. That's what I be swimming in, son. But you know what I'm saying?
I do love an espresso martini.
Well, that's why we work. You feel me? But I will say, watch Bravo. It's really good. And to do our plugs before we jump into the Bravo cap, you want to start it off?
Yes. So you guys know where you can find me at Make Me Laugh Sam on all social media platforms. You can get tickets for 23&1. Actually, you're not, because this comes out on Wednesday and our show's on Tuesday.
But it's going to be the June anniversary show.
June will be a year that I've joined 23&1, and I think we just got our date and it was June 20th. So we're going to have our show June 20th at 9 p.m. at the Stand. It'll be my year anniversary for being on 23&1. You should come out. It's a fun show. The guys that I run it with are from On the Gate podcast, and they are ex-cons and reformed, and they used to be on heroin, both of them, and they are clean and just following their comedy dreams, and it's a real cool thing. And then there's just me, who's perfect, nothing bad in my past. Nope. But I'm there to make it good and clean. So you guys can come see our show then, and also
let them know.
Me and JC have officially started our new show called Soft Launch. So it's going to coincide with the podcast.
Soft Launch, the comedy show.
Yes, it's going to be at the Stand, of course. Where else would it be? And it's going to be a June 10th at 5 p.m. So all my friends who have kids and all of our listeners that have kids and can't come to our weekday shows, we got a Saturday 5 o'clock. It's going to be fun. O'clock.
Perfect way to kick off the night.
Yes.
Stand, come at like 4. Get some food, get some brunch.
Yes, because the Stand has amazing weekend specials. Their food is good all the time, but their weekend specials are out of this world. So you should come eat first. You can eat in the showroom, but you can't get like the specials if you get like pizza and stuff. But you should definitely come out. So June 10th, Soft Launch.
June 10th, 5 p.m.
Our
first show. Sam and I will be going on stage at the same time for the first time in our life.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We can't wait to see y'all there. We're going to drop a promo code on the next episode once we hammer those details out. But that is June 10th, so catch us there. You can also catch us on June 3rd? Right? Or June 23rd.
June 23rd. That's right.
Sam and I are going to be at City Winery in New York City. We are going to be opening up for the very funny Dan Lamort and Natalie Cuomo, another comedy relationship.
Shout out to them.
They hit us up, so we're going to be at City Winery with them. It's a big, beautiful venue. We're very excited to do that. That's
super
on the 23rd.
Excited to do that show.
The link to that, we'll find a place to put it in our bio.
Yeah, put it in our bio. You guys can find that. Buy tickets for that. So
that is June 23rd.
Yeah, two comedy couples.
Two comedy couples just fucking doing a thing.
Yes.
Then we got Soft Launch on June 10th, and then June 18th, you can catch us at New York Comedy Club, Eric Rivera's Brownish.
Yes.
We'll be hosting that. And that's at New York Comedy Club once a month. And shout out to Eric Rivera. And you can catch us there as well. All right.
And so catch JC at Peach Fuzz Poppy.
Peach Fuzz Poppy everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. What's the other one?
TikTok.
Yeah. All of that. Follow us. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all listening. And now, if you don't watch Bravo, feel free to go. Thank you so much. And if you do, Bitch, are you fucking kidding me, son?
What are we even talking about?
Finale of Vanderpump Rules.
Holy shit.
This has to be the biggest reality television show moment probably in history.
ever. And as someone who's watched reality TV, which the birth of reality TV was because of the writer's strike that's happening again. But yeah, I have been watching reality TV from the very beginning, and this has been probably the biggest thing that's happened. And it's, if you guys don't know, now you know. Tom Sandoval was on the show, dated Ariana for 9 years, bought a house together. They were life partners. They didn't really believe in marriage, but they were definitely committed to each other lifelong. And then Tom decided that he was going to fuck her best friend for 7 months. And it happened after filming. So when it kind of broke out.
The news broke after filming.
After filming.
But the affair was happening during filming, but nobody knew about it. But nobody
knew. And then we got to watch it now knowing, and it was super uncomfy.
Eerie shit.
It was super eerie. Raquel is the girl he cheated with, who was Ariana's best friend. And one thing about her, she needs to get punched in her fucking face. Bruh. It made me realize that like I could never been around. I would got kicked off a reality show because this bitch would have caught these hands.
Because she was like, man, all right, so we're going to start talking about what happened with like the assumption that you all know what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah. Because it's too much context to explain. The fact that Raquel was seeking Ariana out to talk about their relationship, like, oh, are you guys okay? I heard you're not having sex.
Yeah, I heard you're not
having sex. Like, bitch, who told you that, first of all?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And to bring this shit up on camera,
and then be like, I just feel like if you want to be with someone, you should want to have sex with them. It's like she was almost telling her to break up with this guy that she's with, that owns a house with for 9 years. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like you should break up.
And then it's heartbreaking because you see Ariana is like, no, I'm super attracted. Yeah, I love this person. I love
this guy.
We're in a bad place. We have to spend more time together, more quality time. But I'm super attracted to him. I love them, and I can't wait to work on our relationship. Yeah. And then knowing that conversation's happening while Raquel is actively fucking her
this guy. It's insane. And then on this, insane to find out. So like on the finale, you find out that like they fucked for one of the first times. When Ariana's dog passed away and she was home like mourning because her dog was 18 years old.
They were all on a trip together.
Yeah.
And they were, once again, Lala, Katie, and what's the other girl's name? Kristen, right?
Christina.
Lala, Christina, and Katie all being mean to Raquel.
All being so mean.
And even with the knowledge that Raquel was a monster, it was like, yo, they're wilding on her.
Yeah, yeah.
She hadn't even done anything.
They didn't know at the time.
No, because at that point she hadn't done anything. So they were just being mean. They hadn't done anything.
True, they hadn't. It was like
literally
2 days later.
Right before that. So they're kind of and like there's a moment where you see Raquel like kind of not lose it, but like she starts breaking down, crying. She's like, I don't know who I am. I have no identity. Like I'm struggling so much. And like Ariana was the person who really embraced her.
Yeah.
And then Ariana, once they got to the house, she left because her fucking dog died. Yep. Rest in peace. And she left that girls trip. Then those three ganged up on her again because Lala and Raquel were interested in the same guy, and guy ended up choosing fucking. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Then they dogged her again, and she's like, you know what? Y'all are mad mean. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna go to guys' night. And at that guys' night, that's the one where they fucked for the first time.
They fucked in her car, and then he didn't have the key to get into the house. Had to call Ariana. She had to open up the door. It's like after you had your dick in my best friend. Are you kidding me? Bruh. So then on the finale, it starts. I mean, that had to be. So my favorite thing is like JC had a show that night, so he didn't get to watch it with me live. But me and my best friend watched it together. We were literally like holding each other the whole time for the first 10 minutes. Like, it was just like so insane see it. But it was so they have Tom and Ariana like sit down to have this conversation, kind of just being like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And it was just like absolutely insane to see someone be so. It's like you fucked up and you are not taking accountability.
Bro, he didn't say sorry at all.
He didn't say sorry at all. What a piece of shit.
Yo.
But honestly, shout out to Ariana for being such a queen for the way she handled that, because I could never.
Nah, man.
I was like sitting here and I was like, if that were me, and now we're on camera, like now I know we're on camera. You wanted to humiliate me. Now I'm going to say everything I know that you're insecure about. I'm going to say everything I know that you don't want me to say on camera. I'm going to be like, and your dick is little.
Bro.
Yeah, like I didn't want to fuck you because you suck at it, you know? And it's just, I would have said everything. But I really loved, I mean, I cried. I was like absolutely crying. Because it's also like, I know what it's like to be cheated on. It's just like such a horrible feeling.
Facts.
And you just like, you know, especially when you don't see it coming, it's a horrible thing. And to see her just sitting there, like being in that, because when you find out, I'm sure people that are watching found out, when you find out you're like in such an state of anger, but also you're so sad.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
And you see her in the show kind of go from being like, angry. I don't give a fuck about Raquel, and then just being like, I would have went anywhere for you, because you really do like.
Because it happens so fast. Because like she said it, she's like, literally 2 days before this, you're the person I wanted to spend my life with.
I would have done anything for you 2 days ago, and now this. And it was just. it's reality TV, but sometimes, things are like set up. It was just super real and raw. And it was like, watching it, I was like, oh my.
I can't believe they had that conversation.
God, yeah.
I cannot believe it.
And I love how firm she is about like, you fucked me up, and now I'm never gonna speak to you again. And she literally was like, anything you want to say to me before we never speak again. Yeah. And she literally has not had a conversation with him.
Well, I'm sure they did at the reunion.
Well, at the reunion, yeah, obviously. But after that, they literally, so they're still living together because of the house kind of thing when you own a house or whatever. And she's not speaking to him.
I can't imagine. I haven't been cheated on like that, but I've been dumped, and I can't even imagine being around that person for another second.
Yeah,
literally can't imagine it.
It's a lot. I do. Go ahead.
Like that, it's just a little like because I told like the night that my last relationship ended, it was the night of the hurricane in New York City. Yeah, and we were in the same apartment, but I was like, yo, I'd rather leave and die. I'd rather die than spend a night with you in this same place. Yeah, and I had to sleep in another room. I was like, what? No, we don't get to stay. We don't get to be close after this. And it's not even. And that was way less dramatic. Yeah, I cannot imagine. I would fucking murder. Murder.
Yeah, no, it's. I can't imagine it. I wouldn't have been able to get anything out. Really, shout out to Ariana for being able to carry herself so well.
And then for that to be the beginning of the episode. Yeah. And the next scene be him going over to Raquel's house and then being all lovey-dovey. And then Raquel, not a bone of remorse in her body.
Oh my God. And then when she's like, because then she's in the fucking confessional like, I don't know. I just never had sex with somebody that I loved. Bitch, bruh. I will get out of here.
Bruh, I would have. You know what? And I honestly,
I can't.
I feel bad because it's like, she's irredeemable. Like, irredeemable. There's nothing she could ever do. Tom too. He's a piece of, but we been knew that.
We been knew he was an asshole.
Like, I almost had hope that Raquel would feel awful after this.
I thought she was. It was gonna be like, Ariana was my best friend. I don't know what I was doing, and I just feel like I keep doing this. And like, just kind of owning it.
People would have been pissed, but it's like, yo, this is a young girl making a mistake. But she was like tripling down in it.
Like we always said we wouldn't do this if it wasn't worth it. Like, what are you doing?
It was hard to watch, and it's like that's how you know she really is in a fucked up place.
She's a fucking idiot, and also. My favorite thing that happened is he's like, I think you're so cool. He's talking to Raquel, and then he's like, I was telling Schwartz, like, don't let Ariana pass you by.
Don't sleep on Ariana.
And then she's like, did you just call me Ariana? And then she's like, and he's like, can we cut the lights? And she's just like, so giddy. I'm like, you're a fucking loser. And then I loved what Ariana said when they were having the conversation. She's like, I was with you before, like when you were a piece of shit, you had no money. Like I loved you then. Yeah. And now you have a little bit of money, you have a bar, and now this girl's like enamored by you. And it's true. And that happens to a lot of guys. It's like, this bitch wouldn't have wanted you before 10 years ago, but I loved you when you were a piece of shit living in an apartment where you couldn't put the hair blower on and the TV on at the same time. Like that was literally happening in their old apartment. Mm-hmm. Like it was a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit. Like, and she loved you then. And like Ariana has been a ride or die. Like that was the only thing about her that I would be like, ugh, I hate how ride or die she is for this stupid ass man.
Her least redeeming quality is how hard she wrote for fucking
But she loved this man beyond a reasonable doubt. And like, it's insane. And now he's with Raquel, and it's like, this bitch don't really love you. You're rich.
He's also breaking news. He was with somebody else already.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not even with Raquel. So like, I don't know, man. He's a joke. Nobody's ever gonna respect him. Ariana, I hope she's able to capitalize on this moment, because as big of a heartbreak as I'm sure this continues to be, what a great move for her career. Wow.
It is just, like, I'm sure on the up and up.
She's set for life.
She's absolutely fine. She's going to be fine. She's a badass bitch. Body on 10.
Good. She'll be good.
Face on 10. Like, she's the coolest. I like her a lot. She's also not... I love Vanderpump Rules. I've been watching for years, but it's just been like always about the mean girls, and she was never with it. She never was like trying to be down with the mean girls. Like, if you don't like me, you don't fucking like me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Which I've always liked about her. So she's just a cool bitch. She's gonna be fine. Tom, I don't know if he's gonna be okay.
Sandoval,
like
this is his moment. Whether like it or not, this is his moment. And he's always going to be like cameos, paid appearances, club appearances. I guess. He's never going to be the same as he was. Like, this is the last time he's ever going to be in a spotlight unless he does something. Yeah,
he's never going to be like, I can't imagine.
Nobody's ever going to care this much again.
Somebody's going to still like him or whatever, but he was like really big on Cameo and stuff. And it's like, now people don't really love you. You're a piece of shit. Yeah. But I will say, like, when there was the scene where he was with Lisa and he's having like, I think he really was having like an anxiety attack.
For sure.
But I think it had zero to do with Ariana. 100%. I think he was just like, I ruined. He's a narcissist.
He's having a midlife crisis. Everybody knows it. He's having a midlife crisis. Of
course he is. He's in a cover band.
Yeah, that's the thing that's fucking with him, obviously. And maybe in 10 years to be able to, I kind of fucked that up. But I'm sure he won't even care at that point.
No, I think at some point he's going to, because it happens with men, I think he's going to meet a bunch of women that are not, they like him for who he is. He's Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump. He's got a lot of money. He owns a bar. They're going to be with him because he is Tom Sandoval, and he's going to come to a point in his life where he's like, I wish somebody actually loved me for me. Yeah. And he's like, well, I actually had that, and I fucked it up because I fucked her best friend.
Honestly, I think you're giving him too much credit. I don't think he's going to have that type of love and success when he goes. Like, he'll be fine, but he's never going to be like it is now. He's not going to get a spin-off show. Nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah,
unless him and Raquel, maybe.
No.
But if him and Raquel...
They're already broken up.
If they don't stay together, nobody's ever going to care about him ever again. Like, he's cooked. His goose is cooked. He's not talented. His restaurants are never going to succeed, which we've talked about this. I think that his restaurant deserves to fail. I think that Schwartz's businesses deserve to fail. No. I think Schwartz is just as bad, just as culpable as Sandoval. He's a nicer guy, but fuck Tom Schwartz. Fuck him. Watching him...
Totally. No,
watching him go through that episode, like... when he sat down and talked to Eric... No, it is funny to watch, but now it's old. It's done. Like, this was cute before your friend was a fucking monster.
But I also loved the point when he was with Katie and she's like, we need to talk. So he sits there, he's like, can I get a Coke? She's like, yeah. And he just opens a Coors Light.
He's a funny guy, but
he's perfect for TV.
His jig is up. Yes. I don't give a fuck. Like, he's a fucking slump. He's a scumbag, sleazy, fucking hate him.
That's what makes nobody wants to watch a reality show about people who've got their life together and they're not messy. Like,
I know, but it's fun when it's like, oh, he's messy, treats his person like shit. But it is fun to see him at the restaurant. That's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
he's no longer fun because like he was a part of this. He was
I still kind of enjoy watching him.
He was a legitimate part of this affair. And watching him in the aftermath, he's like, yo, people are canceling me because you deserve to be canceled, you fucking idiot. For him to sit down with Katie and be like, yo, I'm getting it pretty rough too. Fuck you. Are you joking? All you have to do is be like, yo, I don't condone any of this shit. But he can't.
He did. He did say that.
He said that, but he doesn't mean it. He's a piece of garbage. Tom. No, it's not Tom. What is it? The new one?
Schwartz and Sandy's.
I can't wait till it goes out of business. All of those chefs.
I hope we get to go to LA before because I still want to go.
You're so dumb.
Because for me, this is how I feel. I actually just like to tweet like
you
this recently.
separate people's lives.
No, because it's like you guys
separated too much.
This is an even exchange. You're a piece of shit. And you get your life recorded, and I get to enjoy you being a piece of shit. This is an even exchange.
True.
I don't actually give a shit about what's. Exchange. I don't give a shit about what's really happening. I don't care about. We have to understand, like, this is entertaining, but then I go up and I live my life. I don't actually care. I'm not going to spend my time writing fucking Yelp reviews. Like, get a life.
No.
Like, no.
No, your life is ruining that restaurant because
that is crazy.
The even exchange is the clout that comes with it and the money you get from Bravo. Once you're opening your own businesses off the strength of the name that you're making in reality television, fair game, but your brand is aligned with your character literally.
Their character has never been good.
Yeah, but it has never been worse than it is right now. By far, this is the worst thing that they've ever done. So for this to be their low, their business is also going to experience a low because they don't make their money because they're good restaurateurs. They make their money because they're fun to watch. And once people don't like them, they're not going to like the restaurant. So if the restaurant tanks because their brands tank, they deserve it. 100%. That whole kitchen staff is going to be fine. They'll find new jobs. They'll find better jobs. They'll go on to do great things. Tom and Sandoval and Schwartz should fail. I hope they do fail. And if they get something else, they're going to have to be silent partners because you can't make your money in the public eye and your image in the public eye and then expect the public eye to just look the other way when you're a fucking scumbag.
If you guys are watching or listening to this on audio, I'm rolling my eyes because JC just started watching 2 seconds ago. And he's got all these fucking opinions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These people make their money off of their character.
Yes, but they make money off of being shitty people.
Yes,
Vanderpump at its core is about awful people.
I get it.
And if they were good people, the show would never have been successful.
You live and die by the public opinion.
Everything they have, with this hair, babe.
I'm doing it on purpose. It's a fucking look. Get over it. You live because you're fun to watch. You live because people want to see you. That's where you make your money. If people don't like you anymore, not only don't like you, if they hate you now, that's what you have. That's living and dying.
Okay, and Vanderpump, the finale was the most watched Vanderpump of all time.
And those reality checks, those TV checks will come in and they will be living off that. But their restaurant will die because
I think it's going to be fine. I think people are still going to want to go there. I think it's still going to be. Vanderpump is the biggest it's ever been.
All 23 of our followers go into Yelp.
223.
And Schwartz and Sandy's. Fucking drop pumpkins. Tell them that JC sent you. Nobody should eat in that fucking restaurant. I would go just to have a hands-on experience to give it a bad review. I don't fuck with them.
Well, fine.
Sam is not a real Ariana fan.
I am.
I'm late, but I'm real. I'm down. I'm riding. I'm dying. I don't fuck with that bullshit. Fuck Tom, and fuck Schwartz and Sandy.
You know what? And there's something about her. We're gonna say
that's where we going.
That's where we going. They do make vegan sandwiches, so I will go eat there. I love this. I love it. Whatever. I also just want to say a very shout out to Sheena Shea for being a ride or die.
Shout out to Sheena.
Yeah, I had so much rage inside me.
So much rage. Yeah, shout out to Sheena.
Sheena has had Vanderpump's been on for 10 seasons. Yeah. Sheena has had 10 terrible seasons.
And it's crazy because I didn't watch. I didn't do the homework. I didn't go back and watch. So I've only seen Sheena this year. Fine.
Yeah, well,
listen, I know.
Sheena has been just absolutely painful. She's just,
she's rocking this breakup though.
But she's
rocking Ariana,
killing it, and she is a great friend. Mm-hmm. Like, also, here's the thing. She if the nail's too long, you must have quit. She went through a whole thing. She was O.J. Simpson in that thing.
So I am not able to punch.
I'm not able to punch her,
and I buy it.
But even if she did, okay,
deserved it.
Because I was telling David, I'm like, if that were David and he called me, he's like, hey, this bitch that we've been rolling with just been fucking my man for 7 months, and I was with that bitch, she would have gotten punched in her face.
That's
no
real
thoughts.
shit.
I would have been like, all right, talk to you later, and I would have punched her in the face. But Sheena said she didn't, and I believe you.
But she said she put hands on her though.
She said she pushed her.
I believe that.
And Raquel is also like, there's nothing I hate more than a bitch that wants to be messy. Like, you want to fuck my man and then you got punched. You're like, I can't believe it.
She wants.
You're lucky that's all you got. Because if I was Ariana, let me tell you what I would have done. I would have been like, hey Raquel, I just want to talk. Yeah. Can we talk? And then I would have went over to her house. I would have waited for her to close the door. I would have beat that bitch in her own house and left her there. I'm insane when I'm upset. I would have went there. I would have knocked everything off her walls. I would have left her house fucking and then went to the precinct and turned myself in. Yep. Arrest me. Like, and then I'm going to get out. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it again. Yeah. At the reunion, I would have done it again. Yep. It's like anytime I would see you, I'm putting hands on you because there's no way. Yeah. Like, because I'm not going to stoop to your level and fuck your man. Yeah. But I'm going to fuck you up is what I'm going to do. And then Tom, you can't put your hands on it's domestic violence. You can't do that. But
hot.
He would have absolutely gotten hit as well.
You're so hot. I love when you talk crazy like that.
No, he raised his voice at Ariana.
Yeah, crazy.
You don't know everything.
Nah, for him, bro, that's how you know he's...
I would have hands on him as well.
To be like Ariana, when she watches it back, she's going to be like, oh, this is like... And it's going to take time, but she's like, this is the best thing that's ever going to happen to me. Because the guy is a fucking nightmare.
I know.
For him to have
the
audacity, for him to have any audacity to raise his voice and try to defend himself at all.
She said, rewatching it, she was so happy that he did that.
Yeah, because he looks crazy.
No, she said, like, on camera, he was trying to be, like, sad and present himself in a certain light. And she was like, she loved that he couldn't. Yeah. That he was like, I have to scream at you when you've done so wrong. And then also, I want to talk about this real quick because his whole thing was like, I was trying to break up with Ariana. And then I see people online be like, well, she didn't. Because he said when they were having the conversation, like, oh, 2 weeks ago I tried to break up with you. And she's like, yeah, and then you got in my bed. Yeah. And people are like, well, if she wasn't letting him break up. It's like, if you've ever been in a long-term relationship, if someone's trying to break up with you and you're not there, you're like, no, don't leave me. Like, we can work on it. That's something that absolutely happens. Yeah. And it's like, you can be a fucking man and be like, hey,
no, I don't. Not that I don't care, but
I'm not trying to hurt you, and I know this is hard. And breaking up is not supposed to be easy, and a walk in the park, especially when you know somebody doesn't feel the same way that you feel. Like, you're trying to break up and they don't want to. It's super difficult. And as somebody who stayed with somebody way too long, it's very difficult. But I would never be like, I tried and he didn't, and then blame him. It's like, well,
there's only two options: you're together or you're not together.
And it's like,
so if you try to break up with somebody and then you get back into bed with them and then keep going about your life the same way you were before that, after that, you're together still.
You're together.
So it's still an affair.
Get the fuck out of here. That's such a cop out. And then him to be like, our relationship wasn't good for 5 years. Okay, well, you bought a house 2-3 years ago. Yep. So what the fuck was that about?
Shout out to Sheena again for putting that together.
And You went to get to fertilize her eggs. So what the fuck are you even talking about? He's such a piece of shit. I can't even imagine. And he's just trying to paint now Ariana in a bad light. It's like, bro, he's such a narcissist that he can't even be like, yo, my bad. It's also absolutely fucked up. And you have to be a really bad person to make Jax Taylor look good.
It's crazy to know your life is being filmed. And still have no accountability. Yeah,
that's the thing is like you've been able to watch yourself back.
We've seen it already. Everybody has the whole story with all the context.
But I'm also like, I can't imagine. I guess I'm super self-aware, so like I don't even have to watch myself back to know when I've fucked up. But like to be filmed, to watch yourself back and be like, handle that like a champ, and you know that he does. You know that he thinks that he is
fucking crushed it.
Yeah, he's like murdered. And it's crazy to think that. It's so wild. Also, I also want to say, Kristen Dowdy came back. Dowdy. I don't know what her fucking name is. I don't care. I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was never a Kristen fan, and I just think I used to like hate her part.
And also in the trailer, they built it up like it was fucking Thanos coming back, like a big fucking.
Kristen was so messy.
I know, but it was like they built it up like, oh my god, like that was the last scene in the trailer.
Yeah, it was because everyone was so happy because she got kicked off the show, but perhaps for doing racist shit. But I was like not happy to have her come back, but. She came back came back as Samantha Santos because she came back with fucking crystals and she was like, let's write all the things we want to let go of. And it's the one thing about me, I make JC do that every month.
Yeah, we be manifesting like motherfuckers over here.
I watched it. I was like, oh my God. I was prepared to like shit on her. And I was like, not her doing all the rituals that I do.
She was great. They lit candles.
So great.
They did rituals. She didn't use the N-word once. She was wonderful. Nothing but a delight.
And if she's going to come back in that way, bring her back. I liked it, but I know she's not.
Yeah.
I know she's not going to. And you know what? Shout out for Kristen because I do like that she came back. And I do like that she's aging normally.
Yeah.
She looks like a person. She looks like her age.
Yep.
I like it. Yep. I like it. And
honestly, you know what else was nice? They didn't come back and just have a bashing session, which is very easy to do when you link up with somebody who you have a common enemy with.
Yeah.
And they came back. They made it about themselves.
Yep.
It was nice to watch.
It was a really nice thing.
Really nice girl moment.
Yeah, I thought it played out really great where it was like, you know, this is what girlfriends do.
Yeah,
and
that's how it should be.
Girls are really great in that way when you're going through a breakup and they're like, hey, let's do like fun things and not have a whole thing like
we'll make a joke about it, but they're like, yo, let's focus on us. Let's not take her off the ball.
Exactly. So I thought that was a really great addition. I thought all of it was really great.
Sheena was great. Both Tom's a fucking mess.
Yeah, that was
fucking Sandoval going to Schwartz's crib and crying.
He didn't apologize to Ariana once. Went into Schwartz's and was like, man, dude, I'm sorry.
Because he cares about the business. He didn't really care about his relationship.
Of course.
And in that way, you can see the humanity. Like, oh, this is his most intimate relationship is with Schwartz.
With his best friend, which is
in a way,
fine,
it is nice.
guess.
It's beautiful, but it's like you have to have the same intimacy and accountability with your partner.
Crazy. And then for Tom to say with a straight fucking face, like, dude, I would tell Ariana I was going to Schwartz's house. Like, she could have followed me and she would have realized I didn't go to Schwartz's house. Oh, now you're trying to get punched.
Yeah, you know, you're trying to get killed.
Yeah,
bro.
What the fuck are you saying? Like, it's my fault that I trusted you as a partner?
Bro, you should have been caught me cheating. I was wild cheating. You should have been caught me. You don't care about me. That's why you didn't catch me. If you cared about me and really wanted to check on where I was at, you would have known I was fucking Raquel. That's crazy.
That's
how you know these people are.
And I was happy that Schwartz was like, you can't put this on her, man.
Yeah,
this is not. Like, dude, it's bad when Tom Schwartz has to be the one to be like, bro, you got to take accountability.
If Tom Schwartz is ever checking you, you are.
If he's ever the voice of reason,
you are miles in the wrong, dude.
He was like, dude, you can't.
Because one thing about Schwartz,
put it on her.
One thing about Schwartz, he can't wait to make the fucking wild shit seem reasonable. Like when Raquel pulled up on him and Katie at the end, he's like, okay, she's trying to apologize. He can't wait to make you feel
that was
like
another
you're
time.
Nuts.
That was another time. Raquel in Katie's face at the original finale. She would have gotten punched there too, and that's also when I realized I'm like, maybe I need more therapy because I would have gotten physical.
No, I think that's a healthy like fight or flight response. The fight or flight is a response, and fight is sometimes the response.
Yeah, I think I would have warned her. I've been like, hey, Raquel, if you don't leave, you're gonna get punched in the fucking face, and I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, fight or flight is not. There's no.
You can leave, or you're gonna get hit. So what do you want to do?
Yeah. Also, if you go to too much therapy and you lose that, we're gonna have problems. You understand what I'm saying? I need that from you.
Yeah, but yeah. So I thought it was what great TV.
It was a great TV.
And reunion next week. I mean, what are we even doing?
Triple decker, 3-parter.
It's a triple decker, and Ariana came exactly the way you're supposed to come after a reunion. You
don't deserve to look at me.
That outfit.
Yeah, she be looking good, man.
Her body.
Yeah, she good. Shout out to Ariana.
She is good money, big ass.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
It's It is something that is plaguing the white women in the community. In the white community, is a white woman with a fat ass. They don't get the love and appreciation they do in like
from their because they only get
community.
White men. That's the, they only
because she's like when in the original finale she's confiding in Raquel, which I hate. Then she's like, why would Tom want me? Like I have these big thighs, cellulite thighs, and this fat ass. And I'm like, please go to the Latin community or go to the black community because you will be praised for the queen that you are,
bro. You'll be a milk goddess.
Yo, I'm like, get out of here. Like I love those cellulite thighs.
You know, it's crazy that's such a cultural difference because it's like I have this fat ass. Literally the difference is like she's like I have this fat ass, and then you talk to a Puerto Rican, she's like I got this fat ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like he gonna leave me with these thick ass thighs.
Where the fuck is he going? I'm gonna strangle him with my thick ass thighs, and he's gonna love to die.
It's so true. So I used to work with
have this fat ass. I got this fat ass.
I got this fat ass. No, it's so true. So I have a friend, Gail, that I don't know, she might watch. She has one of the biggest asses I've ever seen. She's a white girl, and she would always be like, "Oh, my fucking ass is so fat. I wish I had like a flat ass." And I'd be like, "Girl, you need to come to my family events," because my aunts will be like, "Come here, let me touch that." Yeah, good. And I always be like, "You need somebody that's gonna appreciate that."
You need one of my uncles to come and really make you feel uncomfortable.
My uncles would never, but my aunts would literally grab her ass if she was there and be like, "This is all the time." And I'd be like, "What do you want to look like?"
I don't know what happened in the white community where they're conditioning to not like fat ass. That's fucking
It's
crazy.
wild.
I can't believe these are the people that colonized us, dude. They don't even like fat
I say that all the time. Like, they don't like fat asses. They don't season their food. They have boring ass parties. You ever go to a white baby shower? Miss me? I'm busy. RSVP. Oh, I'm sorry. Wish I could be there. No, I don't. I don't want to go. Yeah. Boring.
Ariana, hit us up. We'll tell you what to do with that fat ass. You're
literally. Well, if you want to have a threesome, I know you like women. Call us up. We'll both be in that ass.
Man, respectfully.
But yeah, I think that's good. I think we talked about it enough.
Yeah, we hit that shit in length. Thank y'all so much for listening to Soft Launch. We'll be back on Wednesday. We drop every Wednesday midnight.
Yes.
All right. Clips coming. Pods coming. Next week we'll touch more on Atlanta because that's happening.
Oh yeah, Atlanta came back. We haven't, but this was just too much.
Fucking Vanderpump. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck Teresa. Shout out Kennedy.
Oh yeah, fuck Teresa, Melissa all day. Fuck Marlo and Sheree. Yep. That's all we got to say. All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.